basically we say Theruvan Sarana because it including triple gems. That if you say may Lord Buddha bless you, then Lord Buddha only bless you. And if I say triple gem bless you, that's when you have triple gems blessing.
Correct.
Therefore, we say triple gem bless you. Theruvan Saranai, that is Sinhalese, but in English we have to say triple gem bless you. Okay.
Good, thank you. And welcome once again to this Dhamma group.
Yeah.
So earlier we both used to talk. Now you have so many people joining. Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so
and even myself, I'm so happy to meet with you all, dear friends. I think Vilas is an intimate friend with me, and we had met 4 years ago in 2018. And Vilas visited to my home, and he stayed with me some days. Then we went to some places, especially we visited the Bodhi tree and the Great Pagoda and some places in Sri Lanka. And we had a good amount of time in Sri Lanka. Then after that, we had a great friendship, and then he led me to India. Then I'm very happy that he took me to the Bodh Gaya, where the Lord Buddha attaining enlightenment. It is one of my dreams that I was unable to go anywhere without Vilas. So he is a wonderful friend in myself. Otherwise, he has the great knowledge of Dhamma. So then I'm so happy that he has some, you are really, you are, that's mean you have a great happiness because you have a great friend that he has a sound knowledge of Dhamma and meditation. So he can share it. Therefore, I'm so happy once again. And what I do is I can, when Vilas is explaining, I'm listening. And something, if I want to share with you, I can just share without my experiencing, since I'm a Buddhist and I'm already 41 years old and I have practiced in this Dhamma some time. So I know in Sri Lankan way, because Sri Lanka is a total Buddhist country, and I am myself in my area is total Buddhist. So it is Theravada Buddhist country. Then I can tell you how it happens over here, and what is the correct meaning of some words and some phrases, and I can share with my knowledge with all of you. Yes, once you start, then time to time we will discuss, and if you want, let me know. Then I will explain something according to the situation.
Absolutely fine. No worries. All are happy.
Okay.
So today we've been doing the jhanas. Okay. So I wanted to.
Sorry, interrupted to you, sir.
Go ahead.
Sir, do we have any jhana practice you done?
No, what she wants to ask you, Basanta, is that have you done jhanas?
Jhanas, yeah.
Yeah, yes. In myself, what I practice is always, I have listened some Dhamma, then I practice anicca dukkha anatta. And that I think basically I'm practicing, I see something as anicca and dukkha and anatta and asubha. So then, and also I do loving kindness meditation, which is called the metta or maitri bhavana.
Okay, metta bhavana, yes. For Brahma Vihara,
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
And so I tried a lot, but I didn't attain any jhana. I don't have any jhana experience. And what I do is always I listen and I practice Dhamma, but I penetrate what I have listened. Then I can see in day-to-day life, I can see anicca nature, dukkha nature, and anatta nature. The nature of anicca, dukkha, anatta. Then that is my meditation always. And it can be everywhere. You can see it in your family, in yourself. You can see anicca, dukkha, anatta. And yes, that is my meditation. I did not attain any deep meditation so far. I would like to do it, but I do not know how to do.
Okay, sir. Thank you. You will do here fully. And you will achieve all the stages. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you. And yes, I'm expecting to join with you all, and I will try to my best to develop my jhana, my meditation.
Okay, good. So we'll start. So we were doing jhana, but there are in the Samannapala Sutta, and there are many suttas. Buddha has explained about what are the hindrances that will come when you want to attain jhanas. Especially the fourth jhana, if you are taking the total, or if you're taking rupa jhana, arupa jhana, you cannot get into sixth jhana, which is infinite consciousness. So unless we resolve issues relating to indriya as well as the hindrances, nivarana, it will not happen. So we have to do two things. One is that we have to have an indriya bhavana, and we have to remove the nivarana. Both have to be done. So today I wanted to talk about that, so that when we do the meditation next time, or the jhana next time, we can implement that and how to implement it. And also I can share with you how I have implemented. So that also would help as a practical experience. So coming to Indriya Bhavana Sutta, the MN Majjhima Nikaya 152. Okay. Now in that sutta, it's a small sutta, but it gives information on what needs to be done on the 5 senses. Okay. So if we are able to do that, that means Indriya Samvara, if we are able to do it properly, then that helps a lot in establishing first, second, third jhanas continuously, and the fourth jhana becomes automatic. And then the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th will get automatic. The 9th jhana you will be able to establish. So using Indriya Bhavana Sutta and using the Nivaranas, removing the Nivarana, there we can get into all the 9 jhanas. Okay, so let's start with what is about Indriya Bhavana. So it becomes very easy. Bhavana is meditation and Indriya is senses. So now when we see something, hear something, taste something, touch something, smell something and think something, we get 3 things. One is agreeable, that is, it agrees with what I am wanting. And I get something which is disagreeable. And the third one is neither agreeable nor disagreeable, which is neutral. So what Buddha says is that a normal person, normal worldling, what he does is that he rejects what he doesn't like, but wants what he likes. So let's say somebody talks about COVID-19, I don't like because it's a disease. So the more people speak about COVID, I feel, one second. So I don't like COVID-19 because it hurts me, because if the disease comes near me, I will have to undergo pain. So I dislike it. And that is coming through ear. That is not coming through eyes. We have never seen a virus. None of us have seen a virus. But we have made a design of the virus. We have given a color and we have done something for sight. And we hear. So we hear India is having a lot of COVID cases, and cases are increasing, people are dying, people are in hospital, no oxygen, this one, that one, so many things. So Lasanta, when you are in Sri Lanka, we tend to fear, oh, what is happening in India? And the same thing, if I am sitting in India and it happens in Sri Lanka, then I'm fearing because I like you. Just like you like me, I like you. So what happens here is that the indriya starts working because of hearing, consistent hearing. What you want is, you don't want anything to happen to me. So you have a lot of love for me because we both have met. What if we both wouldn't have met? Okay, you wouldn't have been so much concerned about the COVID situation in India. You would have just understood, but you wouldn't have worried about it. Like, you know, we don't have any friend in Brazil. So we don't care whether that person, there are so many people dying or not dying. But if we had a friend in Brazil, then what would have happened? If we had a friend family in Brazil and they were getting COVID, then I will be concerned. Correct? This is how indriyas work. So what he says is that three things will happen when you see, when you hear, when you taste, when you touch, and when you smell. You then think. Vitakka happens and vichara happens. So what we need to do now is, you should look at etan santan etan panitan. What we have been doing as jhana. He says you do that. Etan santan etan panitan. Is it giving you peace? Is it giving you tranquility? Or is it giving you a profound experience? Or is it giving you a conditioned experience, that is sankata? And is it paticca samutpanna, which is dependent origination? So now Sri Lanka is having COVID, India is having COVID, and there are Sri Lankan flights are not allowed in India, Indian flights are not allowed in Sri Lanka. But I want to go and meet Lasanta, so I cannot meet Lasanta. I want to go to Anuradhapura, I want to go to that Bodhi tree and pagoda and all that, which I had gone. In fact, because of Sri Lanka, I had a lot of experiences, and now I cannot experience anything because I am not going to Sri Lanka. So now if we see, actually what is happening is, because of hearing, because of seeing, the etan santan etan panitan is not happening. Okay, he says drop it immediately. Don't hold it, don't keep it. A worldling will keep it, but you as a noble person don't keep it. Arya will never keep it, they just leave it. And when you leave it, it becomes etan santan etan panitan. Yadidam, when, upekha iti, that is when you are equanimous. So you should know, or I should know, or we all should know, the sight is unstable, the sound is unstable, the touch is unstable, the smell is unstable, everything is unstable. Now if you see instability, you will first find dukkha in that. Then you will find anicca, then you will find anatta, because the eye is anatta, the sight is anatta, because sight has got nothing to do with eye, they both are separate. So what I want to see, I cannot see. I might see what I like to see, I might not see what I like to see, and it might be neutral. Like for example, today Lasanta has joined from Sri Lanka, so none of you know about him. Except that I know him, he knows me for the last 3+ years. That is true. But none of you have any experience. But you will start imagining Lasanta. That is wrong. Because that has become manapa, amanapa. That means you might not like him, you might like him. Or you might become neutral. He says, best is neutral. Upekha. Etan santan etan panitan yadidam upekhati or upekha iti. So this one we need to practice in eyes, ears, nose, tongue, touch and thoughts. This is the first practice. After we say Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa, then we say Buddham saranam gacchami, and after that we will say 5 precepts, Panati, Pata, Veramani, Sikkhapadam, Samadhi, maybe finish that. Then you'll take a break of 2 minutes and then look at eye, ears, nose, tongue, body and thoughts. Whether is it conditioned, Sankata? Yes, it is Sankata. Is it Paticca Samutpanna? Yes, it is Paticca Samutpanna. Whatever is conditioned is liable to dissolution because it is anicca in nature, dukkha in nature and anatta in nature. So you shouldn't hold it. No upadana. It's holding it. I hold it. Oh, this is a very nice one, and that is not a nice one. So if I practice it before the first jhana, the vitakka and vichara will go away. So let's say I want to do my jhana at 8:30 and I want to establish the first jhana. Before I start etan, santan, etan, panitan, yadidam, sabba sankhara samato, sabbu padi pati nissaggo, tanhakhayo, virago, nirodho, nibbana. Before I do that, I need to cool down all the 5 senses. This is after doing all of that, all of Buddham Saranam Gacchami and all that. After we finish that, you should relax for 2 minutes or 5 minutes. Just relax. Don't do anything. Don't watch breath or this or that. Just relax. Relax in sense, just open your eyes and relax. Don't see anything. Don't do anything. Just relax. And now observe your eyes. Is it conditioned or is it unconditioned? Eye is conditioned. It is dependent on the object, what you are seeing. You might like the object, you might not like the object, or it can be neutral to you. Object can be the person also, like my wife will come, or my son will come, or somebody will come, or something will happen. All these are objects. And when they come, are they liking? Are they disliking? Are they neutral? If it is conditioned, it always comes with liking, disliking and neutral. Etan santan, etan panitan is peaceful. Neither liking nor disliking, but upekha. So when I do that for all the 5 senses, it becomes stabilized. So how do you know it is stabilized? He says, it's like a person who has a very good eyesight might open their eyes, then they shut them, meaning it's like blinking and holding it, nothing is coming to your eyes. When you open, nothing is there to see in your eyes. I will explain to you what it means. Now I am seeing the screen, that is you, all 6 of you sitting. Now if I have desire that she is Preeti, then Kalpana, then Shreyas, then Lasanta, then Swati. Desire will come to me. Liking, that is I like all the 5 of you. Disliking, I might not like one of you or 2 of you or whatever it is. Or I am in neutral of it. Okay. That creates problem. Why? Because I cannot establish the 4th jhana. Please remember, 4th jhana is equanimity. If I want that equanimity, that is upekha, that is vitakka, vichara, piti, sukha, upekha. The 5th one, if I want to establish upekha in the 4th jhana, then I should get rid of this attachment to indriyas. So when I do that, it becomes stabilized. So he gives an example. Just like you opened your eyes, you're seeing something and you close your eyes, that's gone. Now you open the eyes, when you have removed, when you stayed in upekha, everything is blank. There is, eyes are open, object is there, but there is no connection. Chakuncha paticcha rupe upajjati chakku vinyanam tinna sangati passo passa pachaya vedana vedana pachaya tanaha tanaha pachaya upadana. So I am not creating this vijnana which will cause the upadana to come. Instead, chakuncha paticca rupe upajyati upekha. Not going after that. Meaning, chakuncha paticca rupe upajyati chakku vinyanam tinna sangati phasso. Phassa pachaya vedana. That is not there. Instead, chakuncha paticca rupe upajyati upekha. Vijnana is there. It is connecting, but there is nothing. Blank. This is the practice of eyes. Then he gives of ear. So he says like just like this snap, like that. You should be able to do that. You snap it. Every sound is like a snap, like this. It just keeps on passing. You don't have to do anything. Then smelling. He says like a lotus and water. It just keeps on dropping. You don't have to do anything. Then he says that touch is like folding the arm and extending the arm. And that is what the touch is all about. Like it's touching here. That's all what touch is. There's no other touch. Then taste. Then he gives an example of tasting. And then thoughts. He says that just like during summer months and you are like you have a tawa in the sense that you have a pan and the pan is completely heated up and your sweat is falling there. The sweat is dropping slowly, but once it drops, that immediately goes away. So your thoughts are like that. Okay. So we need to do that practice. How much time does it take to do this? If you start from today, it will take you around easily 10 to 15 days to master all the 6 senses. Okay. If you do that, 4th jhana you can experience as indicated in the Samanna Phala Sutta, what we had covered, the DN2, Dīgha Nikāya 2. You will really experience it where you are sitting, your body is sitting, and you are come out of your body. There's a whole white. It shines literally. Like you feel like you're like sun. Okay, and you're shining and you're watching your body. This body. Now when you watch this body, what happens? So the very first time you will see just like a balloon, or not balloon, you will see like a ball, a football, where the blow is going away like this. So you're seeing that your body is getting compressed. Slowly it is compressed. That's the time you look at dukkha. That's the time you really experience the first noble truth, jati pi dukkha. You'll really experience then. Otherwise it is theory. We know jati pi dukkha, jara pi dukkha, vyadi pi dukkha, maranam pi dukkham. So we know as a theory. But the practical experience happens to you when you see that that's going like this. So you know eyes are going away, ears are going away, nose is going away, tongue is going away, body is going away, thoughts are also going away. So you are scared. Where will it get established now? And this is what I and Lasanta had spoken about some time ago, where he explained very beautifully about khayatena dukkha bhayatena, that we had done that. He had explained it very well from one of the Thero he had learned, and he had explained it very well. But that is the experience you're going to get. That is, you will come to know Sankata Paticca Samutpanna, then you will see Nijjiva, Nissatta, and then you will see Shunya, then you will see what is that? Khaya Dhamma, Vaya Dhamma, Viraga Dhamma, Nirodha Dhamma. Then after you have seen all about Dhamma arising, passing away, then you will start to see Khayatena Anicca, Bhayatena Dukkha, Asarattena Anatta. So you'll see 13 things happening in front of you. If you master this Indriya Bhavana Sutta, Digha Nikaya 152. This you should practice. How to practice? Very simple. Now you watch something, you hear something, you taste something, you touch something, touch, and you taste something. Now I'm touching this hand. What I need to do is just hold your hand like this, close your eyes and bend. You will not find anything except that it is bent and there is pressure. That's all you will find. Nothing else you will find. Now if I take it, this is my hand, then what happens? Kaya and Pottabha are connected. So just like Chakuncha Paticha Rupe Upajati Chakku Vinyanam, I am having Kayancha Pottabbe Upajati Kaya Vinyanam. Tinna Sangati Phassa. So now this contact. Phassa Pachaya Vedana. Vedana is nothing but the feeling what you get. This is my hand. Vedana. Vedana Pachaya Tanha. That is this. I want to store this hand. Somehow I want to make sure this hand doesn't go anywhere. So this is my hand. Okay. Tanha. Tanha Pachaya Upadana. Because I have this craving for this hand, I will protect it from anything happening to this hand. Because I love this hand. Okay. Upadana is to hold it near your heart. This is my hand. Upadana Pachaya Bhava. That is, now I want to become. This hand should come into my next life also. So I will save it. Bhava Pachaya Jati. Now there is birth of the condition. Jati Pachaya Jara. This hand, when I was born, was so small. Now it is so big. And it will become old. So Jara. So now I will have Jati Pachaya Jara, Jara Pachaya Marana, Soka Parideva, Dukkha Domanas Upayasa Sambhavanti. So now I am on Patisamutpada cycle. You have to cut the cycle. If you cannot cut the cycle at the beginning, when is the beginning? Beginning is this Kaya Pottabha, touch. Uppajjati Kaya Vinyanam Tinna Sangati Phasso. Instead of Tinna Sangati Upekha. There's no Phasso. There's Upekha. In the Phassa, there is neutrality, Upekha. So you know Etan Santan, Etan Panitan, Yadidam Upekha Iti. So this is Upekha. So you, just like you touch anything, this you touch, or you touch people sitting there, or you touch the mobile, you touch the computer, touch is a touch, that's all. If I can do that in all the five senses, then I am a Arya, noble. Now I have established Anicca Dukkha Anatta in that, because I am seeing the Dukkha, that this eye will go somewhere, the ear will go somewhere, the nose will go somewhere, the taste will go somewhere, the touch will go somewhere, the thought will go somewhere, eye will go somewhere, ear will go somewhere, the body will go somewhere, then the nose will go somewhere. Okay, so like that. So I know that this is going somewhere and that is going somewhere. The consciousness is bringing this together. So if consciousness brings like this together, next life is certain. So fourth jhana cannot be done. Okay, so this is one clarification I wanted to give it to you. Why we are not able to really establish fourth jhana. Okay. We might feel for a little bit, you can think that, now fourth jhana, yeah, like what Kalpana ji was explaining, that she's feeling something. That is correct, it happens. But it's not pure bright light. It's so bright that you will feel that something has happened to you. So it is so bright. Okay, if that bright light happens in the Samannapala Sutta, how he says that, now you will make your mind to watch all the past lives. So you will be able to see all the past life. Now the reason why I am not able to see it is because I have certain hindrances, which I will come to you when I take the Nivarana. I have Nivarana, so I know where the Nivarana are. So what is the difference between you and me? I know the Nivarana, I know what I should do on Nivarana, I am working on that. If it goes away, let's say, as indicated in the Samannapala Sutta, I will be able to get everything. That is, I will be able to come out of the body, and I will be able to come out of my navel portion and come out like an astral object, and now I can go anywhere I want, and I can go and meet any one of you, or wherever I want to go, I can go. Okay, till now what I am able to practice? I am able to practice all the 4 jhanas. The 4 jhana is very less, not really as what is indicated in the sutta, but 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th I am able to go. So I am able to go to 4 arupa jhanas, but the 9th jhana I am not able to establish it completely, just like I am not able to establish completely the 4th jhana. Reason, because of the nivarana, that is hindrance. Okay, so this is an important thing, that we need to establish indriya bhavana before we go into jhanas. Otherwise, you will attain 1, 2, 3 jhanas, no problem. Vitakka vichara, you will be able to get it out, like explained in the Jhana Sutta, where you can look at etan, santan, etan, panitan, yadidam, sabba, sankhara, samato. You can practice that, and it helps you to go into 1st and 2nd jhana without any problem. 3rd jhana, sukha, you are going to attain, no problem. Absolutely achievable. 4th jhana, not possible. 5th jhana you will achieve, because it is relating to infinite space, you will experience. 6th jhana, infinite consciousness, little bit you will experience and leave it. 7th jhana, nothingness, you will never experience it. 8th jhana, not at all possible. 9th jhana is impossible. Okay, so 4 arupa jhanas and 4 rupa jhanas and 5 arupa jhanas, or everything added together in 4 jhanas, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, this is most important. I am again repeating Indriya Bhavana Sutta, Majjhima Nikaya 152. You have to practice it. It takes you not less than 2 to 3 weeks to practice continuously, if you were to continuously practice, because it's all related to 5 senses. You have to cut the senses from sense object, then it will go away. Okay, then he talks about the Arya who is in Anagami, which I am not going to cover it now, because none of us can experience what an Anagami is going to experience. So we will only talk about how you can become an Anagami. So this is the way you can get into Anagami, that is, clear your senses. First thing. Now let us stop this discussion and we will go to another sutta, which is very good one. It is Dveda Vitakka Sutta. 2 ways of working in thoughts. First way of working is identify the negativities which are coming to you. Second is identify the positives what are coming to you. Okay, and you have to continuously divide your thoughts. This is bad, this is good, this is bad, this is good, this is bad, this is good. This you have to do. Okay, and that gives you 3 kinds of things totally. One, it is nekkamma, that is, from sensuality you have to withdraw. So when Indriya Bhavana happens, you automatically withdraw. You are able to withdraw. So that withdrawal keeps on happening. So it helps you in renunciation, that is nekkamma. Then abhyapada, which is goodwill. So we have bad ill will, so we have to establish goodwill. And we have vihimsa for ourselves. I'll tell you what is vihimsa with ourselves. I am not able to sit, but I feel that I should sit like this. It's himsa. It will not work. That is why it is called as Kila Matanu Yoga. So you should not give himsa to yourself. Any kind of himsa by thought, hey, I'm not a good person, I'm not this, I'm not that, and all that is himsa. A thought will come. It says that, no, I should have done like that. I shouldn't have said like this. I should have doing this way. Yesterday I did this. That repentance, all that is part of hindrance. It has got nothing to do with what you are. So you have to drop it. So normally we himsa for ourselves and we himsa for others. So somebody comes and then I feel, why is he coming? I'm doing jhana. He is disturbing me. Why he should disturb me? All that is himsa. So when we have himsa, 3 jhanas are possible. 1, 2 and 3. No 4th jhana, 5th, 6th will happen, but 9th jhana will never happen again. That's again related to that. So you will never be able to establish into jhanas. So, and why is jhana required in the first place? Do we really require jhanas? So I and Lasanta, we had a discussion with one of the Thero in Sri Lanka. So as per him, jhana is not required, which is also true, because for anagami, you can go through jhana route, you can go non-jhana route also. Meaning, you like what Lasanta said, if you are able to contemplate on anicca, dukkha, anatta all the time, then you don't really require jhana. So you don't have to do samatha. You can do the vidarshana. Samatha portion you can suppress it within the vidarshana. So in Sri Lanka, vipassana is called as vidarshana. Vipassana is the Pali word, vidarshana is the Sanskrit word. They both mean the same. Darshana is to see. So if you are seeing anicca, dukkha, anatta nature, then there is no problem. Whereas if you are a Burmese, where you are doing this vipassana, then they believe that you need to do vipassana through dhyana or through jhana. So you need to meditate. So Goenka and Ubakin and all that, they believe in jhana. Whereas in Sri Lanka, they don't believe in jhana. So these are the traditional differences between Sri Lankan tradition and the Burmese tradition. Okay, but they also follow. But the primary thing is in Sri Lanka is desana. Understanding the Dhamma, the panya is main important. Jhana is not that important. Whereas in the Burmese tradition, jhana is very important, and along with jhana you can develop panya, that is desana. Understanding the sutta. So both tradition follow that, but one follows in one way, another follows in another way. Okay, as far as these suttas go, where you are able to see in Jhana Sutta, then Indriya Bhavana Sutta, then you have this Dveda Vitakka Sutta, then you can see Chula Shunyata Sutta, and you can see Samannapala Sutta, and like that many suttas. He talks about jhanas. He doesn't talk about anything else. So, should you do jhana? Yes and no is the answer. When do we do yes and when do we say no? I will explain to you for anagami. Okay. Now, if your tradition demands that through insight meditation, means vidarshana or vipassana, you go deeper into Dhamma Vishaya, then what happens is the jhana also get established accordingly. Meaning you don't have to sit and do jhana. Like in the case of Lasanta, he doesn't have to do that because it is not in his tradition. Now he can start doing it, but that's not there in his tradition. Lasanta, you can add whatever you want to add to this, but that's not there in his tradition. So when we went there to the Thero examined me and he said that, Vilas, you're talking more about jhana. I want you to talk more about the subject, not about jhana. So he first...
Vilas, that is, yes, correct. Vilas, that it's really interesting that what were you talking and explaining. I'm really happy to hear that. And yeah, Vilas, the jhana, in the word jhana, actually it is especially Indian Buddhist people and Hindu people, they just talk about jhana because they experience it. And it is really nice thing that if I say that is very good, that because you can contemplate on something and you can practice something and you can come into a particular situation in your body and you can balance so many things. So that is really nice. Yeah, that but even though I do not talk about the word jhana, so that is what I do is sometimes I close my eyes and I put in the lotus posture or any other posture. Then I contemplate on something. For example, I just check the ashvada, amadinam and nissarada. Then I just check this ashvada or this pleasurable feeling is never ending process, that I contemplate on that. That's when if I do not take that is jhana, that is also kind of meditation, which can be called as a jhana. Yeah, sometimes I contemplate on half an hour that I see anicca nature totally, then I understand that if something is anicca, which is dukkha. As Lord Buddha says, the yadaniccan tan dukkhan yan dukkhan tad natta. That is the Lord Buddha's word. So then when I contemplate on anicca nature, which is the dukkha nature actually, then I see if something is anicca and dukkha, that is really useless. So for example, now we have this jati. Now I have this jati. So that's mean what happened to this jati? This jati, the jati can be explained in different ways. Lord Buddha says jati is like an animal jati. For example, cow, goat jati and sheep and so many animals. And you have a car or a house or anything can be called as jati because which is sankata, which is a kind of formation, that is jati. Then if there is a jati, then it's like jara, it has the jara, marana, soka, parideva, dukkha, doma. What happened to this jati? Jara, marana, soka, parideva, dukkha, doma. If this is a teaching jati, if there is an engineering jati, if there is a doctor or a professor or a lawyer, whoever, I have to face to janti, jara, marana, soka, parideva, dukkha, domana, supayasa, sambhava. So that is what the Buddha says. That is the doctrine. That is the theorem in the whole world. Even though I don't know, but this is described by Buddha. So the jara, marana, soka, parideva, that is really identified by the Buddha. So it is, which is called the paticca samuppada cycle, paticca samuppada, which I think the Vilas had already explained you the paticca samuppada and etymology and all those things. So this is the Nyaya Dharma in the whole world. I think the Western people or other people, they do not know which is the doctrine, but they see something different in the way, according to their way of understanding. But in Eastern culture, for example, Sri Lanka and India and some Eastern countries, we have this wonderful teaching that we know all those things are going under this way, the paticca samuppada, which cannot be seen, but which can be practiced, which can be experienced. So I think when you have a good jhana experience, you have good dhyana levels, then you can see these things. So that is why I appreciate Vilas. And Vilas has been practicing for a long time. He tried to explain this even for Sri Lankan monks. Since the Sri Lankan monks they don't have this experience, so we can't talk with Vilas. That is the problem. Even myself, I understood that Vilas has that kind of understanding. He can see these things. But in my case, I do not know how to do that. But what I do is, all happens and same time I do vidarshan in my level, then I can see anicca nature and dukkha and anatta. Then I just contemplate on that and I just come to a conclusion. So that is what I do. Actually, there are so many ways. You can use this way and that way and the different ways. But ultimately, we have to come to the same place. Yes, Vilas, that is what I want to tell you in this case. Okay, you can continue.
Fine. Okay, good, Lasanta. So now the thing is that, do you require jhana in anagami, or you don't require jhana in anagami? If you are able to do the vidarshana or vipassana in anicca, dukkha, anatta and paticca samutpada, but with defilements if you have, then you will not be able to progress. So then you require jhana. So now the question comes, when do you want jhana, when you don't want jhana? So that is part of hindrances. So let's go to the hindrances section to understand what are these hindrances and when you should do jhana and when you don't require to do jhana. So there are 5 hindrances. So kamachanda, vyapada, thinnamida, udacha, kukkucha, visikicha. These are the 5 hindrances. So if you say kamachanda, kama is sensual, chanda is liking. Liking for sensuality is kamachanda. Okay, now what does that really mean for a person, for a normal person, what it means? If I am not done the indriya bhavana, I will not be able to attain any jhana at all. It's impossible, because kama chanda is liking for enjoyment. So eyes are meant for enjoyment, ears are meant for enjoyment. So I want to listen to good music. That good is what Lasanta used a word in Sanskrit called aswada. It is in Pali, it is called asada, and what it means is pleasure. Okay, so there is a pleasure entering into my ear. Like if I take Shreyas as an example, he loves to listen to music. Okay, so why he loves to entertain music? He loves to entertain music because that is pleasurable to his ears. Simple. What if somebody doesn't play music to him? It becomes displeasure. So we are all looking for pleasure. So kama's end result is pleasure. So we all are seeking pleasure. So we are seeking pleasure in our jobs. We are seeking pleasure in gadgets. We are seeking pleasure in relationships. We are seeking pleasure in food. We are seeking pleasure in clothing. We are seeking pleasure in shelter. Like that. So we all are seeking pleasure. When we seek pleasure, there is another problem with pleasure. So he says the Sankata is of 5. So Udayangama, Attangama, Asada, Adinava, Nissarana. So it eventually, the pleasure is gone like this. All the effort, see, you just look at this. We take hours together to prepare a dish. Eating takes 5 minutes. And after that, you have to wash the utensils. And all the effort, all the sankharas, which were done to prepare the food is gone. So he says, Atiyati dharayati jiguchyati, because all your effort is wasted. You are in search of pleasure. So what you got is limited happiness, and that too no happiness because somebody has put more salt, somebody has not put any salt, somebody has put more spice, no spice. So all of that has to happen. That is, all the conditions have to be met. For that pleasure to happen, the condition has to be met. So sankata, if anything is sankata, it is paticca samutpanna. If anything is paticca samutpanna, then it goes through another 12 cycles of existence. So you will never be able to enjoy. The highest of enjoyment is sexual, because you use all the 5 senses for that. Okay, that's the only thing which uses 5 senses. So he says it is called as gamma dhamma, that is villagers' way of doing things, because that person is searching for pleasure which never existed in the first place. Asada or aswada. So basically kamachanda is pleasure seeking. So let's say I want to go to Sri Lanka not for Dhamma. I want to go to Sri Lanka to enjoy the beach, or I want to go to another place there in Sri Lanka called Nuwara Eliya. That is like our Himalayas. So you will have a very cool weather, tea plantations and all that. Okay, then Anuradhapura, very nice place. Like that, we can go to Sirigiriya. Then there are a lot of mountains where you can climb and all that. But what I'm trying to say is that there is a pleasure. So we take pressure of taking a flight from Bangalore, landing at Colombo, and waiting for somebody to pick you up. And our friend Lasanta, he had driven 240 kilometers, I think so, from Anuradhapura to Colombo airport. Okay, Bandar Naik International Airport, and I had to take a SIM, and I put the SIM card, and then I had to give him a call, and we both had not seen each other. So that's another fun thing. How does he find me? How does I find him? So he had one old photo, he had sent it to me, Vilas, I look like this, and I had sent my photo. So the anxiety, after I pulled out all that thing, and I was waiting, where is Lasanta? And he said, I'm Lasanta. Okay, now I found Lasanta. And then from the airport to his home, okay, and then all of that, right? So what did you find after coming back from Sri Lanka? Nothing. And he came in August to India, and we went to the Patna, we went to Rajgir, we did everything. But that was all what it was. Now it is 3 years. This August will turn 3 years. So all his Mahabodhi experience is 3 years old. So all that is gone. All the Rupa is gone. All the Vedana is gone. Sanya is gone. Sankhara, Vijnana, all that are gone. There is nothing he can take as himself. So we have to find the hindrance. The hindrance here is Kamachanda. So mine and Lasanta's meeting is on Dhamma. So it's no problem, because it gives you punya. What if for enjoyment? Now Sri Lanka has lot of water sports. So let me enjoy water sport. Then I will have this, I will have that. Then there is one restaurant in Colombo where my friend loves it. They serve crab live. So you have to choose the crab, and they put the crab in the a big basin, and they will boil it, and it dies. So this is Panatipata Veramani Sikkapadam Samadhiyami. That person is killing it. So the sin he is taking, that person who is running that stall, okay, they have made it like looking like one big crab sitting and opening its mouth. That is in Colombo. So my friend goes every time he is in Colombo, he eats that very nice dish for him. So I always think how many crabs he has killed, how many animals he has killed in his life, and is taking everybody's karma on him, because they are supposed to live on their own and resolve their karma, whereas this guy is saying, give me all your karma to me, give me more karma, give me more karma. And why? Because he doesn't understand Buddha teaching. And the Buddhist in that fellow who is serving is also Buddhist, and he doesn't know what sin he is doing. Okay, anyway, that's not my problem. What I'm saying is that is because of Kamachanda. Then comes Vyapada. For this, for the Kamachanda, how should you remove? Is one through this Indriya Bhavana, and secondly, you are to practice that 32 body parts, that is Asubha. Okay, so that is Patikula Manasikara Pabbam. So you have to practice that to get rid of this, or 9 charnel ground meditation. If I cannot get rid of this Kamachanda, then I have to go to a funeral ground and then do it. At least imagine the funeral ground, because now you don't have funeral ground like the Buddha time. So now you have to imagine yourself being there. Like I have lost my mother and father and I had gone to the electric crematorium. Now I can meditate on that and see that I will also be dying in the same way, where my body also will be put on inside and it is going to burn off. So if I keep on practicing on that, then the Kamachanda will go away. It will reduce to a very good level. It reduces. If it reduces, then I have to do For Vyapada, I have to do Metta. So which Metta Sutta should I use? It's the question. There are 3 Metta Suttas, or rather 2 Metta Suttas. One is just a Metta Sutta and another one is Karaniya Metta Sutta. Should we do this Sutta or that Sutta? Answer is, there's only one Sutta, not the Karaniya one. You have to implement the Metta Sutta. That is, Aham Avero Homi, Abhyapajo Homi, Anigo Homi, Sukhi Atanam Pariharami. This is for myself. Then I have to put Mama, Mata Pitu, Achari Acha, Nyari Bitacha, Sab Brahmachari Nocha. So then I have to do that. So now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to start with myself for Vyapada. Now what I need to do, take all these 5 senses and see, because of the Vyapada, where it is going to go. If that is my last Bhavanga Chitta, then what it is going to happen in the 7 Javana Chittas, that is how this Chitta is going to go to the next existence. So if I'm having a lot of anger, it will take me to an angry place of existence. And I don't want to go there, because now Bhava, Jati, Jara, Marana is going to happen. So I need to look into the Patisamutpada and change it. What I can change? So I can say Aham Avero Homi, that means let me not have any enmity. Abhyapaja Homi, that means let me not have any ill will. Anigo Homi, Aniga is the obstacle. So Raga, Dvesha, Moha are the obstacle, because Sukha is Nibbana. Sukhi Attanam Pariharami. So that means Parihara means let me resolve it, let me clear it off. So now I see my parents, so they both are dead. Where are they going? This is what I need to reflect. Their life, how they were, when they were my parent, how they were. And you all have, if you have lost your parent, you have to do that. If you are having your parent, you have to see where they are going to go. Okay. And feel within your heart that let them not have this. That is enmity, ill will, and obstacles. If they can do that, then you are resolving your agitation or irritation and anger and all that. This is a hindrance. And the answer is this way. Then the third one, for sloth and torpor, which is thinnamida, that is we will postpone things, and we are generally lazy for everything. So if you are lazy, I should get up at this time, but then I feel no, it is okay. From that to everything. Then you need to do a walking meditation. Sitting meditation is not proper thing to do. Okay, so this is the third hindrance. Fourth hindrance is restlessness and anxiety. For this alone, you require jhana. And 99% of us are restless. Because until Arya, you will be restless. That's the reason Buddha says that you require jhana. Not because of whether you should follow Vidarshana or you should follow jhana. No. Restlessness will go at Arhat. Udacha will go at Arhat. That means you require jhana. Then there is Kukucha. Kukucha means anxiety. My own life, I was very anxious person. Now it has reduced. Even my wife agrees to me that I am not anxious. The only way I can reduce anxiety is not by anything else, except for going through jhanas. There is no way I can reduce anxiety. So if somebody is anxious in our group and somebody is restless, and we all would be restless, even Anagami is restless. So there is nothing you can do except for doing jhana. So if somebody says that I don't have to do jhana, then he is misunderstood Buddha Dhamma, because restlessness will only, that out of 10 samyojana, 5 will go at anagami and 5 will remain. 3 will go at sotapanna, the 2 will go at anagami, the remaining 5 will remain and it will remain till arhat stage. And of that is udacha, restlessness. He will not be able to relax at all. So that you require jhana. Then the final one, which is visikiccha. The only way you can resolve visikiccha is by understanding Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. There's no other way. If you misunderstand Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha for whatever reason, then you will be searching for a teacher. The moment you are searching for a teacher, you are having visikiccha. You will not be able to enter any of the Arya jhanas. You will be only entering Anarya jhanas. And you might feel I have reached Arya jhana, but it is not true. You're only able to penetrate little bit of something, but it's not real. So without jhana, you cannot become an arhat. Without jhana. Now without jhana, you can become an anagami. Simple. So if my end result is anagami, no jhana required. If my end result is arhat, then I have to practice jhana. So it is my choice. So what Buddha promises is 2. In the Karani Metta Sutta, he says that you follow the metta. Establish the 4 Brahma Viharas. This Maitri, Karuna, Mudita, Upekha. If you practice these 4 Brahma Viharas, I can promise you that you will never come out of a womb again. There is no womb birth. That means you will go to Shuddhavasa and you will liberate yourself from there whenever that happens. Which is far better than coming to human or any other deva or whatever realm of existence, because you are going to come back. Now there is no point in coming back. So that's the reason it's called anagami, not coming back. So if my end result is to become an anagami, not an arhat, then no jhana experience is required. Absolutely fine. But if I want to be released completely in any realm of existence, then jhana is required, because parinibbana, you have to enter through jhana only. You cannot enter through vidarshana or vipassana. Not possible. Because at the time of death, the person has to come from first jhana, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seven, eight, nine. Because the consciousness will get re-established. So it is called as established consciousness. So we should make it as vinyanam anidasanam. It is at present niddasanam. That is directed. So it is directed by 4 elements. Patavi, Apo, Vayo, Tejo. So first it has to get rid of 4 elements. Then it will get rid of space. It will not occupy any space. If it doesn't occupy any space, there is no gandhabba. That is, the astral body is not there. Without the astral body, no consciousness can arise. So the condition is removed. Which condition? The sankata is removed. So there is no paticca samutpanna. If there is no condition and there is no paticca samutpanna, then nothing else will happen. So then you have cut off completely. There is no coming back to any world of existence, because the 9th jhana, that is sanya vedete nirodha, is the sanya is anicca sanya there, and the vedana is upekha. In upekha, nothing arises, nothing passes away, and it's anicca sanya, so it becomes animitta. There's no nimitta, there's no symbol. So at the time of death, the 7 javana chittas should get into the next cycle where some symbol has to come into the mind's eye for it to fix. There is nothing which is coming. So after the 7 javana chittas, it drops off. So no chittas arises after that. Without chitta, there is no life. Because you have 4 kayas: chitta, kamma, utu and karaja. 4 kayas. So chitta kaya is not there. If chitta kaya is not there, there cannot be any kamma, because kamma comes because of chitta. If kamma and chitta is not there, utu cannot come. If utu is not there, then there is no karajakaya. If there is no karajakaya, then there is nothing called sanjati. If there is no sanjati, there is no ukkanti. Like that, all the stages of birth are removed. So then there is no rebirth. If there is no jati, then there is no jara. If there is no jara, then there is no marana, then there is no shoka, paridevas, dukkha, domanasa, upayasa. All that is removed. So this is what is all about on jhana and achieving 9 stages of jhana. Very simple. Indriya, one side, which is what is there in Samannapala Sutta. He talks about indriyas. He says that indriya samvara. Then he says nivarana, removing hindrances. Then he says how to establish the first jhana, second, third and fourth. Then he says what is going to happen when you have established jhana, what you can do. Then he will also say that how will you come to know that you have established completely correctly. So he gives there all that experiences what you are going to have in Samannapala Sutta. At Anagami you will experience something, but at Arhat you will experience everything. So if somebody is an Arhat, he should experience all of that what is mentioned there. There is no other way. If somebody says that no, I have not experienced any one of this, then he is not an Arhat or she is not an Arhat. Simple. They think they are an Arhat, but they are not. So it's very clear, very simple way of working. So if you want to establish jhana, then 1 week of completely looking at all the indriyas, establishing the indriya bhavana. Then the second week, third week, fourth week, removing the hindrances. So 4 weeks are gone. Fifth week, you can look at starting the jhanas. Now we are doing it, but I am saying that you cannot go beyond third jhana. That's okay. We are able to do till third jhana, sometimes fourth jhana, it is okay. But if you really want to establish all the jhanas, then we have to work like this. After reciting everything, then 2 minutes or 5 minutes gap, then indriya bhavana. Do indriya bhavana for a long time, then nivarana, then remove the nivarana and then start. That's all. We'll end it for today and we'll take it remaining tomorrow. This is what the major thing is all about on jhanas. Any questions? Otherwise we can end. Yeah, Lasanta, you have anything to add? Remove, delete, modify?
No, Vilas. So you have nicely explained it. But I feel like this, when you say that one of the friend here can't pronounce his name, would like to listen music. That's mean at the stage of explaining Kama Chanda. So the thing is this: when we listen music, we see it's really interesting. Then you become very happy. You might you get fun, and you might dance. You know that so many things happen. But in this life, we see that you have happiness always. But actually, thing is something happening without our knowing. So that is the the pravrutti paticca samuppada. That's with the present. At present paticca samuppada we see, but we do not see the karmic paticca samuppada cycle, which is the karma bhava. So that's mean at the same time you develop your karma bhava. That's mean you develop this eye and ear according to it might be the different of human. So you know that we need not much more music to live in this life. So we need a little music. Actually, I do not know music is compulsory for living. Please don't misunderstand myself. I just get an example, okay? For example, I can live eating rice and coconut sambar, okay? I can live in my whole life. This body growing, if I eat, for example, if I eat rice and curd, okay? This life is growing, this body is growing, no worry. But what happens if I eat chicken and so many meat and something different? it is not really necessary for me. So that's mean this my mouth and this my tongue is going to getting more and more tasty. So that's mean the same time I develop in my karma bhava without my understanding. So as soon as I finish this life, that is going to start once again, which what the Vilas explained, which is coming to the womb. Then I have to act according to that. So it is that you can see the dukkha samudaya in different way. That is dukkha samudaya. That is, I don't know the English phrase for that. How the whole dukkha is going to start. So that is totally, which is not in our way, that you can see through your prajna. That you can't see that in this eye. You have to use the prajna chaitasika to see that. Yeah, Vilas, thank you very much. That I can add on to that for that. Okay.
No problem. Okay, good. Yeah, fine then. So we'll meet tomorrow, 8:30.
Okay. Okay, Vilas.
Okay, good night.
Yeah.
Namo Buddhaya. Terun Sarnai. Bye.
Namo Buddhaya. Good night.
Good night. Bye.
Namo Buddhaya.
Oops.